Hi everyone, and welcome back to my new model barmy channel and part 4 of the Cruel Sea N-gauge layout build. Now, if you remember in the last episode, I was concerned about being able to see the entrance into the fiddle yard from there. So I was trying to work out what I was going to do with this section here, and I was going to modify the corner of this building. Well, I have now come up with a solution, so let's just take a look at what I've done. There we go then. So my solution is that. So I've put a return on the right hand building at the back. The sort of construction on the top is going to be, I suppose, a machinery space of some kind, so I've put some vents on there. I've no idea what this would be, but it kind of looked plausible. And just round there, the very little bit of the baseboard, the backboard that you'll see, I'll paint that black, so it'll just look like a continuation of the tunnel. So I didn't just stop there, because I was then concerned about the left hand side. So what I've done there, I've actually built a couple of bits of walling. Now they will have gates where the openings are at the moment, because I am just envisaging that they are one of the main entrances to this dockyard area, but would be secure and gated off. So let's just take a look round the other side, and you can see I've just done them as a sort of hollow construction. So it is just plasticard, because as I've said before, this really does need to be lightweight. It's going to be carted around to exhibitions, so I didn't particularly want all these buildings to be heavy, and they don't need to be, because it's going to be completely enclosed in a canopy. It'll all be glued up, so yeah, they don't need to be structurally sound. They're not going to be moved about. So that's where we're at now. Oh, and incidentally, I've got a couple of Oxford die-cast Navy Matador trucks, and I've got a Scarab on order as well, and also a Bedford personnel coach, so that will fill some useful spaces on the layout as well. So yeah, quite pleased with that. I think that worked relatively well. Just swing around the other side again. There we go. So I've still got to address what I'm going to do with the tops of these buildings, but as I've said before, I've still got to wait for this backboard to turn up. So I think in the meantime I'll continue detailing the brick facade of the building at the back, and then hopefully, if this weather ever dries up, I can actually get some spraying done, because I need to prime this lot. But outside it's been wetter than a mermaid's flannel, so it's just not spraying weather at the moment, so hopefully that'll improve soon. Right, so what I've done here is built the two towers at each end, so that's just plasticard. I've put a pitched roof on there as well. We've got the other side done, so I think they balance up quite nicely, even though they're asymmetric. They're not exactly the same size, but that works. So the next thing I've got to do really is finish the top of this, but I can't do that till the backboard arrives, because I need to get my measurements absolutely spot on. So that's really the next step. So as you can see outside, the sun is shining. I might get some spraying done, who knows, or I might be put onto other duties by Mrs. New Model Barmy, who knows. Anyway, we'll leave that little bit there for the time being. Right, so I've put the roof on now of this building at the back, and I've made a sort of clock tower arrangement as well, modelled very loosely on the one at Portsmouth Royal Navy Dockyard. So this is straightforward again. So you saw the start of these buildings, literally just plasticard with some foam board strengthening pieces to make it nice and straight. So I guess the next bit then is going to be to finish off some brick detailing along here. I might put some lateral lines along just to give it a bit of interest, and then I've got to spray it. The backboard's now arrived, so it meant that I was able to build this to exactly the correct length to fit between my two tower buildings. So yeah, happy with that, the way that's turned out. So now it's stopped raining in Bognor. I've been able to get everything primed, so ready for paint. You can see some of the brick detailing that I've put on there now. There's the tower. None of this is glued together yet, so all those gaps hopefully will disappear where the roofs aren't sitting completely flat. So I've still got to glue all that up, but I'm going to keep it all separate to paint it, because otherwise this is it's one of the biggest N gauge buildings I've ever made. So to try and paint that in one hit is going to be ridiculous. So I should just keep all that separate. But there we go. So it's all looking pretty good, I think, so far. And of course I've got my back scene has arrived from Grange and Hodder, which actually enabled me to get this far. So I might well sort of rework this so that it could be displayed without the canopy, which is why I put this sort of baffle bit on the front here to hide the fiddle yard, which is there. So there we are, that's the latest update. I think I'll leave it there for this one. And anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Cheers for now.